completely dropped the ball. So we've really got to see how it pans out, at least for Ghost, because FaZe certainly we know will be able to at least deliver on it.
Yeah, it's just all about how comfortable you are in it, but here we are going to be getting right into the game indeed. Going to be actually Ghost starting off on the CT side, FaZe on the T side, which is somewhere there where they will be able to control the pace of the game, which is good to see for the FaZe side indeed. And you can see already a pretty fast play going to be coming in. Guardian just immediately out long, gets himself that control, goes into pit originally, and now with the long control, they can actually go ahead and fall back off. They can send a couple of players back if they wanted to do so. A lot of the time when you get that long control, you'll see them send back a couple of players to try and pinch in on short as well, just to take that position off of the CTs, because then the retakes become almost impossible at that point. Instead, going to hang around, going to finally begin to push up through long, trying to take those long range duels, and it will actually be Pyo that starts it off, and Steel as well going to be able to chime in, and everything actually going to be working out for Ghost in this round. Croman eventually returns one. Nico going to be lurking up through short, needs to try and get multiple kills from this position, and he starts it off pretty well by finding the first. The problem is he's now the last man standing, and with 3 to try and find in his position pinned down on short. This is going to be extremely difficult indeed. Oh my god, nice shot onto Wardell. Spots out another over at the car and just being given the opportunities. Luckily enough for Ghost, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, he's tapped away too, just a couple of bullets there. What else has Nico got left in? Wasn't able to get it done. A good around there from Ghost. Quick rotation coming in from Wardell as well to back Steel up on that A site. Able to hold off the rush that FaZe were trying to achieve there. And I think FaZe expected a bit more aggression early on at the beginning part towards the end of long there. Well, actually, Ghost Gaming sat mainly in the back of the site. So that worked out in Ghost's favor. Good start for him. Good confidence boost for sure. Let's see what they can build upon here as FaZe are going to go back to that Deagle, P250 and CZ play. Look to be pushing into this B site. So Bros is just spraying blindly at the moment. Kusta backing him up. How much more damage is going to be done? They walk straight past Sabrosa there. This is nice and easy for him. Nico gets one and a second one. Deagle in hand. It's something he's known for time and time again. The 1v3 isn't going to do him any favors there. A little bit of damage, but ultimately Ghost to walk away with the win, and FaZe still unable to get a bomb down.
Yeah, really nice round indeed. Kusta taking himself 3 kills, I believe that was, and actually a couple with the USP, if I remember correctly. So yeah, 2-0 for Ghost coming into this one. FaZe just going to have to go for the full eco, not really able to upgrade anything at all, not really finding any kills nor the bomb plants. So just going to be mostly Glocks. There's a Deagle coming out for Nico, thanks to finding a couple in the previous round. And his goal will be once again to just try and get that damage done, drop as many of these weapons as he can. And they actually do spot out the aggression. They'll be aware that Pyo alongside Sabrosa have gotten aggressive into lower tunnels. And you can see with these SMGs, their goal is to just build up some bank. They want to try and take down those Kevlar-less opponents while they have the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, that was really interesting there because they both pushed through mid, obviously feeling confident they don't have to worry about any AWP being in play. But he gave FaZe Clan a lot of information to work with here. Ghost, though, seemingly just taking charge, taking fire, taking the kills, taking names and heads. It's only Carrigan and Nico left, and Carrigan just with a Glock in hand. It's Nico he's going to need to do further damage for him. Not really sure what FaZe Clan want to try and achieve here. Is Ghost just sticking together, pushing aggressively here. Nico's now going to be looked to be found. Can't even get 1 kill there, so 5 still alive for Ghost. They're running around as a unit, very confident with the weaponry in their hands, but this is where it's going to really get dicey.
Yeah, I guess the hope there for Carrigan was that they'd overlook his position and give him an opportunity to maybe try and take one from behind. Didn't work out though. Did get spotted by Sabrosa, I believe, who jumped up. So here we go. Going to be going into that first gun round. Not going to be an op immediately coming out for FaZe. Going to be stuck down to those rifles due to not getting the bomb plants. And of course, Wardell going to have one immediately into his own hands. Although a couple of SMGs being carried over means that the buy isn't really perfect from Ghost, of course. Here we go. Let's see what FaZe decide to do early on into this round. A couple of players making their way into tunnels. A smoke, I believe, being thrown down to try and get that short control. And we do actually see Ghost getting a little bit more aggressive this time around, trying to push up close on long with those SMGs, putting them in very useful positions to take those close range duels. And for the moment, FaZe taking their time, although Sabrosa is going to be getting very aggressive as well in towards tunnels. He finds Carrigan, no one there to try and trade it back immediately. Wardell finds one, Steel, not quite able to find the kill on the Guardian on short, but he does get a bit of damage done. And of course, Ghost, they still have themselves that man advantage, and actually Kusta winning the fight on Nico as well means that it's left all onto Croman and Guardian now in a 2-on-4. And it looks like they're just going to continue trying to make these individual plays. Guardian pushing out through short, seeing what he can find. Not going to be able to spot anyone out as of yet. Nice little flash indeed comes in. He is now finally going to be joined by his teammate as they try and push onto the A-bomb site. And they do spot out Wardell immediately. Guardian just tapping away, hoping to be given the opportunity. But as he faces over towards Kusta, he finds himself the first eventually. And Wardell now under a lot of pressure with both players coming in his direction, only using the Deagle at the moment. Nice shot indeed, and now it's all onto Croman. 7 HP, a single bullet is all that he needs to take in order to go down. That's exactly what will happen. Great
Pretty
start from Ghost.
clean.
4-0.
Yeah, really clean there. 4-0, good start. FaZe were very split up there, taking fights early on, and Ghost were just doing them with the kind of overwhelming numbers there. Keeping 2 players stuck together most of the time. There's only Wardell left a little bit on his own on the A site early on. But still, they managed to handle it. They didn't get taken down early on. You saw Carrigan as well. He fell so straight away as they started to push through the B tunnel. So Ghost even feeling confident enough to play quite aggressive on their CT side. We might see this again. Yep, the boost is going to come up. They're going to look onto short. They spot out Carrigan. Spray comes in, but no kill hand just yet. Wardell continues to do damage with the AWP in hand, though. And FaZe Clan, they don't have the weaponry to work with this time, but they certainly do have the firepower.
Yeah, and FaZe right now taking their time. Just going to be slowly creeping up through short with 3 players. Will they decide to commit to the A-bomb site is the question. They still have plenty of time to work, but I guess they're just going to be hoping to try and catch any mistakes from Ghost that they possibly can, although Sabrosa already going to be able to claim another kill in favor of the CT side. Takes down Guardian in towards tunnels. And Wardell now ready for the players who are looking to try and come up through short. I'd expect them to try and drop, it seems. The flash going to go in indeed. They do try and jump down into the CT spawn, and Steel does get caught off guard. Sadly, for the sake of Carrigan, there will be a teammate there to try and assist them. And Wardell now with the Deagle once again. Going to hold this down. Croman alongside Rain. You have to take him down. Wardell, even just by staying alive right now, is just doing so much wasting the time. Eventually, 1 kill comes in for Rain. And another for Croman, actually, as Wardell decides he wants to try and go for the knife. So an op is picked up, but it's not going to be able to find anything else. So there we have it. 5-0 start for Ghost, keeping 3 players alive in this round. Not too bad. They pick the op up as well, of course. That will be thrown back over to Wardell, I would presume. The question is, did they decide to bring out that double op setup? Now, they could if they wanted. Kusta does have enough.
It could come into play if they need it, but this is the change here. Guardian's going to pick up his. He's going to try and battle back against Wardell, similar to what we saw back on Overpass. And like you said, there's a double op setup in play for Ghost. It is going to get interesting, but can Guardian hit this magic shot? No, not going to take anything just yet. Did spot out 1 player, but he wasn't able to react fast enough just yet. Wardell finding Rain, though. So again, Ghost just with the opening picks, with the opening kills. Dust2 seems to be working in their favor so far. Maybe we greatly underestimated them.
It seems so. They're looking a lot more confident, just even getting those players every round, trying to find the opening picks. Wardell just getting aggressive up through short. I believe he was boosted to try and take the player in towards lower tunnels, and it does work out. Sabrosa, even with the man advantage, continues trying to aggress. I don't know if that's really the best decision. He will be taking on the 29 HP as he is allowed to fall back off. Damage being traded back, and Guardian eventually returns it, actually spotting Sabrosa over the smoke there on mid. So brought back into a 4-on-4. Pretty decent trade indeed for FaZe Clan. They will be, of course, a little bit happier with the 4v4. It's always going to be a slight favor for the T side, with the CTs having to split that defense up a little bit and leaving some weaknesses that can be exploited. And look at this, Steel getting aggressive. Problem is, Croman alongside Guardian are going to be waiting on the other side of this corner, and he has to fall back. He doesn't really have the assistance. Wardell on the op watching short, and Croman just finds both kills immediately. Pio eventually finds that 1 return, but now they should have a pretty easy time at getting onto this A-bomb site. Although they don't have a smoke for the cross. I was going to say that op definitely could get a lot of damage done, but Nico with that kill on short basically confirms this round in favor of FaZe, unless Kusta can pull off a miraculous 1v3. And that's definitely a decent start.
He's going to make his way up short. The smoke is covering it. The bomb's down, though, and Guardian ready and waiting for him to come through. He's not missing a shot like that. And it does give FaZe their first round on the board. Still, though, Ghost won't have a problem buying into this, but they had just invested in that double orb setup. That makes it incredibly difficult. And you can see the odds on your screen now if you want to head to Betway. 1.03 for FaZe, 9.0 for Ghost. Well, that's quite in favor of FaZe, but Ghost are the ones currently in the lead.
Yeah, they are not, but I definitely wouldn't count FaZe out. Finally getting their first round onto the board. Will they be able to continue on the back of that one and build up some momentum? If Ghost can get this reset immediately, then I'd say they're in a really good position to actually try and claim this map. If they can go ahead and just immediately break this economy now for FaZe.
As we see if they can break it, that will be huge. And Nico's coming up with a good start. 2 first kills at long there. Straight away as he got Wardell. They just walked into the rest of it. Now Steel's on this A site all alone. The rotation is going to come through. Straight away, Rain's able to react. The A site's secure. Bomb's going to be planted, no problem. And maybe at this point, if you're Kusta and Sabrosa, you try to save it, but Carrigan's on the hunt. He's able to do the damage. It's all alone now for Kusta. He's actually might just go for Carrigan to make sure he doesn't get stabbed in the back at all.
Yeah, the hope is to try and save, but he knows he's surrounded, which makes things extremely awkward. As you said, he may be able to find the kill onto Carrigan, but once he finds that, his position will be known. FaZe, I don't know if it'd really be worthwhile for them to even try and hunt this one down. You can see multiple players extremely low, 600, 750, 400. It's only really Croman and Carrigan to have any money in the bank at all, so it probably wouldn't be worthwhile. So Kusta, he should be allowed to save. Although we do see Nico beginning to come in his direction. So if he finds this one kill, then there's an opportunity. But as you can see, making his way towards B instead. Nico finally going to come back. But a nice quick headshot comes in from Kusta, and that should be it. And there you go, indeed. The time does work in his favor. So a weapon going to be carried over, but FaZe, they get themselves 2 rounds in a row now. They start building up some momentum. And of course, other than that one rifle for Ghost, they aren't really going to have anything into this round at all.
Maybe you just stick Kusta on one side to be the anchor and push 4 maybe on A or B and see how you can work. It'd be interesting to see what Ghost do here for a situation like this, because it's the first time they've been on the back foot here on Dust2. Rain charging straight down mid to start with. Guardians hungry for it. If they do start to poke out, he takes a shot through the dark. Can't make it connect though. And actually, that was interesting. Rain is seemingly walking around them. Kusta could do some damage here. He does have the M4 in his hands. He hears the shots being fired and finds the opening kill. Good start here for Ghost. Plenty to work with. Now Guardian's got to be careful because he is pinned down. He can't move back just yet. Narrowly avoiding the flames. And it's going to be about how FaZe deal with this. Sadly for Ghost, they weren't able to pick up Rain's gun just yet because there are too many terrorists hanging around that area. Kusta looking to do further damage though.
Yeah, it's still going to have to be Kusta to get the majority of the work done in this round. Going to be just hanging on mid, hoping to try and catch anyone who decides to try and walk up short or jump up on top of the Xbox. Not going to be given any opportunities as of yet. And you can see FaZe, it seems like they might have an idea about what they want to try and do into this one. They've got a player out long. They have the bomb over in this position as well. And of course, Carrigan being able to creep up short gets that control. So they may look to just try and pincer in towards this A-bomb site. And I was going to say Poyo in a decent position, but he decides to back off into the CT spawn. And at this point, it should be pretty easy for FaZe to just go ahead and claim control of this bomb site. I like that Ghost. They're taking a bit of a gamble towards mid/B. But sadly, it is a gamble and it doesn't always pay off. Nice position from Nico. Oh, finds all 3. I was pretty confident there that he'd get taken down after only 2 maybe, but seems like a pretty easy round indeed for FaZe. Guardian goes ahead and gets one as well. Leaving it all onto Sabrosa now. Last man standing, pushed in towards tunnels. Not really going to be able to find anything with the bomb being planted on the other side of the map. That is a 3rd round for FaZe.
FaZe mounting the comeback once they've got that AWP in play with Guardian. We see this time and time again though of how the Counter-Strike economy works, that the team's able to get the first initial 5 rounds, but Sabrosa, that was really nice. Jumped down and he reacted so fast. Will find himself a gun and will be able to hold on to it as Carrigan falls as well. Surely FaZe won't try and commit too much more to this. Sabrosa will also want to fall back because if he can take that into the next round, that's going to massively help the CT's economy. He's actually going to meet Croman potentially here as well, but isn't turned around at the right time. Croman gets the better of him and now will be at 5-3.
Yeah, a little bit risky. They don't have a lot of money themselves, FaZe, to continue hunting like that, but it doesn't matter. Croman able to take him down. The buy, of course, going to be coming out for Ghost into this round, and it is pretty decent, averaging just about 4,500, I believe. They'll be lacking a bit in terms of the utility. And if they want to get an up, I think it will be just onto Kusta the glass cannon, and that's exactly what they go for. He's having a pretty good game so far, of course, as you can see, 11-4 on the scoreboard. Let's see how he's going to be able to do now that he has the op in his hands up against Guardian, who we know is extremely capable, of course. And it looks like he wants to try and take this fight immediately towards mid. Going to slowly creep his way into the angle. And just as he does so, Guardian has actually backed off. So going to be able to just hold down this position for the moment. Has a nice spot indeed to try and lock down top mid. And actually you can see 2 players as well getting very aggressive up short. So right now, Ghost, they want to try and force the issue. And it's actually Steel that's going to be pushing straight up mid. Problem is Nico, he's expecting this. And he's going to be there to go ahead and claim himself a pretty quick headshot and put this in favor of FaZe Clan once again. And it seems like Sabrosa now is going to be the one that's tested on this B-bomb site.
He's going to have to be careful as well. The boost is in place. Sabrosa managing to get one. That's actually huge in that situation to even be able to get one. Croman straight away going to stop anyone coming through window just yet. Kusta being tagged down quite heavily. Rain, though, has allowed Croman to fall. And now we're in a 2v3. This could work out well as Rain struggles with that last spray, only finding 1 out of it. And now all the pressure is on Nico. He doesn't have the bomb. He's all the way back at short. But it's not too sure yet from that position on looking at the mini-map whether the CTs know exactly where the bomb is. It's a little bit further back towards the B tunnels. And okay, yes, so they might not be aware of the bomb falling down just yet. So Nico does have something to work with here. 45 seconds to go, no utility, but he's at 100 health going up against Wardo. And now they see the bomb. Now they found it. So now they know exactly that. They don't have to worry about him being there just yet.
Yeah, that was just nice teamwork there from Ghost because they were stacked up towards B. If it was going to be an A push, then they need to try and push somewhere together. They push into tunnels and they find the bombs. So now they have really good positions indeed. First kill actually going to be claimed by Nico as he catches Wardell off guard. But will he expect Poyo to be in towards the T-spawn? He will indeed now as the shots aren't connected. That gives him an opportunity to just pick up this bomb and run straight onto the B bomb site. Also has some utility to work with. Smoke and a Molotov are going to go down, and this should allow for that bomb plant to be found. 10 seconds remaining. Pio going to push in to try and find this immediately, but he does blind himself up. And as he closes in the distance, Nico going to be able to find that final headshot.
Great work from Nico there, managing to close that out. 3 kills in a 2v1. All the odds stacked against him, but he gets it done. Wardell being on that low health, getting that early kill there in the tunnels. And they were just able to make it work. Ghost calling for a timeout because it's getting a little bit scary once again. They had the initial 5 opening rounds, but FaZe have able to be bouncing back every single time. Now they've got 4, and that last one, especially in a clutch situation where you think you should be able to win it, that certainly will knock the confidence a bit.
Yeah, definitely. That was a round that was looking like Ghost should have been able to take. I feel like Pio definitely should have had that kill onto Nico when he was coming from the T-spawn. He basically had his back exposed. Sadly, wasn't able to connect the shots, and Nico realizing he could just take the bomb and run straight onto the site. So it works out. Another round going to be picked up for FaZe. Now it's 4 in a row. The momentum that Ghost were able to get early on is completely broken at this point, and also not going to be working with the greatest of economies. Having the full money bonus does mean that they can at least get a few pistols into this round. Let's see what they do decide to buy up is the question. It doesn't seem like they've bought any pistols at all yet, but yeah, finally, Pio going to be able to get himself a CZ and body armor, and the rest of the players should be buying up fairly similar. Wardell going to be keeping the money, as does Kusta. So I'd expect a double up to be brought out now again into this next gun round, which is something that we've seen into, I believe, the first gun round it was. Let's see, FaZe, they should have a pretty easy time coming into this one. Ghost are going to try and get aggressive at least. I like to see this rather than just sitting back, and ooh, Kusta's the one to open this up.
Guardian, though, on the hunt, able to reply. Carrigan from lower B, able to put in further work. Damage being done, but he will be taken down. Even though Ghost are getting these kills, they can't get close enough to be able to take down the weapons, though, and use them for their own. So Steel is the one with the most health, and he's got the P250 to play with. He's going to have to do some serious work as his teammate is down on 22. So damage could be done. He does manage to dink down Croman to 19 health, but that's all he's going to be able to do. It's all up to Steel. Nico's on top of it. 5 for 5. We're on an even playing field now, but Ghost Gaming will be able to buy back into this Wardell with more than enough money for the AWP. The question is, does Kusta pick up the double? And he does come in with it, so that's how they're going to try and challenge this again. It didn't work out from last time, and that heavily destroyed their economy. Whew. I'm hoping they've got something planned for it, because they can't afford to be in that situation where they're having to have multiple ecos here and FaZe just keep overrunning them.
I was expecting the double up setup for FaZe there for a second as well, because Guardian actually threw his over to Nico, but I guess it was just a spawn-based play indeed. Let's see, Wardell on the up going to be trying to peek in towards mid to see if he can spot anyone out, and that's going to allow for Kusta to actually close in the distance, peek straight into lower tunnels, and this is a position that is very vital indeed, although Nico just going to walk straight through the Molotov in towards tunnels, takes down Sabrosa. Wardell going to be locked out of the bomb site now by a smoke and a Molotov, and FaZe, they get themselves full control of the B bomb site, and Ghost at this point, did they even want to try and go for this one? Once that bomb goes down, a 5v4 retake is going to be very difficult, especially on the B bomb site, being one of the most difficult sites to retake in this entire game. Guardian in a great position as well to try and cut off the rotates rather. Carrigan going to be also on short, takes down Pio, and FaZe right now just finding everything they want. Wardell trying to escape with the op, not going to be allowed to do so.
5 alive, and FaZe there. They just manhandled Ghost. Nico going super aggressive, had the AWP dropped over to him from Guardian, rushes forward into B, gets the opening pick. And like you said, B being such a difficult site to retake into, when FaZe have that much control, really the only option you have is to back away. So 6-5 already. FaZe have come straight back into this again. Ghost, they went for that heavy, expensive double AWP setup, and they just don't have the money in the bank to play with. Kusta being tagged up to 46. It's both Nico and Guardian taking the shots down there. They haven't managed to get a kill just yet, but damage is being done, and it's scaring away the Ghost Gaming lineup. Steel, though, sneaks round, coming out from tunnels. Going to get anything else done. He's forced Guardian to push in. Kusta getting the work done as well. This is great work across the board here from Ghost. Just the timing worked out so well with a triple stack towards B. Pushing from both angles as well. With Guardian falling now, giving an AWP to Wardell. The bomb down in his possession as well. Croman does have a good chance to come from behind. It's more Nico that has to worry about where exactly the rest of the CTs are coming from. And, oh, this is great. Nico just spotting Sabrosa would actually be able to sneak around them if they think Croman's going to come from A long.
Oh, he's playing this so
just
smart.
With him.
He's waiting to see if he can spot out the other player, but sadly Kusta has already gone ahead and bypassed us, so he's probably going to have to try and pounce on this one pretty soon. Hoping some peaks will come in. Not going to happen. Now he can maybe actually make his way in behind. Oh, he gets spotted eventually, but it doesn't matter. He gets the headshot, but now with his position known, Kusta in a spot where he should be able to trade this out, although on low HP, Not going to be an easy feat by any means, and Nico actually going to be able to take himself a second. Problem is the man you mentioned before, Croman on the flank from in behind, going to be dropped immediately. Leaves it all onto Nico now to try and reclaim that bomb and take it towards one of these sites. And with the time at this point, if he doesn't get this ASAP, he probably will be forced towards that A-bomb site. And of course, both players being waiting on the other side of those long doors are going to make things very difficult for him indeed. Flashes in, taking his time to try and retrieve this, and he's basically going to have to try and find the kills at this point. That's the only way that he can win this round with how low the time is becoming. It's the first, playing around the smoke, and actually Wardell being spotted as well now up close on the door. Nico still has a bit of utility to work with. One flash going to use the Deagle instead. Pushing up close, Wardell realizing how low the time is, tries to back off into safety, and he will eventually find a shot. That was very awkward indeed there, just that entire clutch situation for Nico. It was very, very difficult. Well, he brought it down to the one-on-one. That's at least some good damage that he done. You can see, of course, after that, only a single player from Ghost surviving their economy. Not great by any means. After they reinvest into this one, they should at least have all the weapons. But if they were to lose this one, they'd be immediately reset once again.
For me, at least, in how Dust2 plays out, I still think the T side does have the more... It's more favoured in for them. I think at 9-6, at least you want on the T side as Guardian rips apart Kusta straight away down middle. No smokes though, so it was a nice easy shot for him to make. As soon as he saw the corner of him, able to just line it up, take the headshot. Wardell trying to hope to see someone else down there, but Guardian's not going to stay there for much longer. But I feel like Ghost, at least, having these 6 rounds down, this is a good footing for their CT side. Anything from here on out is positive for him. Question is, Wardell's got an idea that there's Rain around the corner. He's going to go straight close range for it, but he can't get the better of him. Rain is on top of it, finding that opening kills. Now Sabrosa continuing to sneak around here. He's hiding in the B bomb site. Carrigan's jumped up. He's just waiting for him to appear through the smoke, and Sabrosa's not going to be able to react in time. He was completely unaware, gets blindsided, and now the B site will be completely secure. Still taking damage as Carrigan's just further on the hunt here. 1v4, and surely Ghost will just opt to save because they are completely out of it. Only Wardell really with money to play with.
Yeah, he wasn't even really given the opportunity to do so. The second he peeked in on mid, Ryan going to be there to take him down. So FaZe, as I said, just immediately able to get that reset. Wardell, he still has a decent amount of money in the bank, and the fact that the rest of his teammates are going to be on a double eco means that they probably will buy, and you can see that is indeed the case. So they get the op out, they get a UMP on towards Sabrosa, but it's not great by any means. And of course, FaZe is going to have everything they want. If they take this round, it's going to have to be a forced buy again from Ghost, then going into the final round of the half. And FaZe, they've really begun to bring this one back. Remember, it was 5-0 at one point for Ghost.
Yeah, they had that early lead, but as soon as FaZe had the AWPs to play with, it's become a little bit of a different story. Wardell's been putting up a good fight, but he's only one man, and you're dealing with FaZe Clan as he starts up with the opening pick. Carrigan's gone down the lower B tunnels. Nico looking to do further damage as he pushes into the A site as well, backed up by Rain. The molly's coming all the way across. Wardell's being pushed back. There is nothing that Ghost Gaming can do. They're just going to have to wait for it to fade a little bit longer. Wardell has to be able to at least counter what FaZe are trying to achieve here. Smoke still down though. They're going to go for the boost. Will he be able to see it from up above? Nico ready and waiting for it, but can't make the shots connect. Wardell too fast. This is nice from Ghost, but how do you push into this with very limited weaponry?
Yeah, and they don't have a defuse cut either. At least they do have some flashes. They're going to throw those in and immediately try to push on them. Croman in a perfect position, spots out Steel as he drops down. Guardian on long, going to be able to find one, leaving it all on Kusta now in a 1v3. Although he does pretty quickly take himself 2 kills. Guardian and Rain are going to drop, leaving it all onto Croman. But the problem is he only has 8 HP to work with, but as he spots the head and taps away, it's still doable. But at this point, I think the bomb is too far gone. He's going to go ahead and back off, and maybe he can actually retrieve that up out of Piff from the body of Guardian. A small little consolation at least to be found. But FaZe take themselves the lead 8-6. And there's probably not going to be too much to back up this up into this next round now.
Well, your scoreline could come into play here, Dean. We're at 8-6 at the moment. Potentially 9-6, because the economy has been the problem here for Ghost coming into these latter rounds. FaZe have definitely been on top of it. Even that round there got pretty close. Ghost have certainly given them a run for their money, more so than what they did on Overpass, that's for sure. Oh no, the disrespect. Just buy the auto sniper and you'll probably see Carrigan just drop it afterwards and pick up a normal weapon. It's exactly what he goes for. Didn't even tag anyone up actually that time around. Normally you see that so often and it does actually work in their favor. Croman and Rain going straight down mid, still tries to keep him at bay, but it's not going to be able to get anything done here. Further damage coming in. Kusta's popped out of windows. Only got a CZ to play with. He's aware of Rain's position. They're going to take the fights. But Rain can't get it done just yet. They're dancing around each other. Nicely played by Kusta there. Giving them a good chance being able to pick up an AK to play with as well.
Yeah, but Ghost have actually completely vacated this A bomb site. You can see Wardell has gone ahead and rotated back into the CT spawn. They have one player pushed up aggressively on long, being Poyo. But with Nico finding that kill now, they should have full control of this bomb site. Bomb likely to be planted for over on short, maybe for long, but they do have to be a bit cautious. As I said, they didn't have that control. There we go. Bomb indeed going to go down. It's going to be a 3v3 retake coming in for Ghost Gaming. At least they do have a defuse kit to work with this time on towards Kusta. They also have that rifle that is being retrieved. The 3v3, and of course they have to go for it with it being the final round of the half. And are they actually going to go for a bit of a run boost, maybe? No, I think just jumping over to see if they can spot anyone out. Not going to find anything as of yet. So Barossa actually going to be able to find himself a pretty quick opening kill on long as he takes down Nico with that CZ. And in the process, he even picks himself up a second AK now for Ghost to work with. And there's that boost finally being used to go ahead and claim some kills. Kusta with both of them takes down Guardian and Carrigan. And as I said, they do have the defuse kit. So that is going to be a 7th round for Ghost. Nice recovery indeed. That was looking to be a very difficult retake.
Yeah, 5 opening rounds there for Ghost, and then they started to struggle. FaZe were battling back, but getting them the last couple of rounds is huge. I still consider Dust2 more T-sided. 8-7 is a respectable half there. For Ghost being on that CT side, the question is, what can FaZe bring now to the table? The odds are still staying the same on Betway, so they are not faltering or changing in any sense of their imagination for that. Could still be the FaZe way, but let's see how it pans out. What has Ghost Gaming got left? They seem to be playing much better than what we've seen on Overpass. Let's see how their T-side will come into play.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to go for on the pistol. Of course, we've seen FaZe just go for a pretty fast play up to Ray long. I think that can be very risky, especially with those Glocks, of course, not ideal at long range. Usually, if you want to go for a play towards A, you may want to try and go up through short, or at least split it so that you have players coming in from both positions to kind of take the distraction away from at least one of those spots and allow the Glocks to try and close the distance. But here we go. We are going to be getting into this pistol. You can see over on the CT side, it's a CZ being bought up for Chroman alongside a Smoke. So interesting enough, no defuse kit for them to work with into this one. And of course, Steel is always going to be the man that picks up some utility for Ghost Gaming to work with.
Oh, they're just going to go for that straight B play. See, there was a mid spot coming in as well to check that no one was going down to lower tunnels. So he wasn't pushing to have a look at all of mid, just seeing the spot. Close range though, Chroman and Guardian doing damage. Great work there from Guardian. Ever so precise. Tap, tap, tap. Bodies hit the floor. FaZe take the round, and that was a great round coming out from FaZe. Ghost just seemingly running into a spray of CZ bullets, with Guardian just able to close it out with a USP.
Yeah, Chroman just being the distraction right there, just spamming the entire CZ mag, just running away, and while the focus was on him, Guardian able to just peek in and take himself 3 quick kills. So a really nice round indeed. The approach from Ghost, you could see what it was. They left, as you said, the one player to make sure that no one got aggressive through lower to try and shut down their push. They pushed into B together, but sadly just didn't work out. No bomb plant, of course, so they are going to be forcing into this one. They get what they can. It's the pistols and the Kevlar. And already Chroman just going to immediately go charging into the tunnels, gets that opening kill with the MP9, drops Subrosa, and actually not going to let go of that WK at all. Going to go straight into the T-spawn. As we can see, though, Ghost, they are going to try and just commit on towards A. All 4 players grouped up on short right now. And it is a pretty passive setup coming in by FaZe. You can see Nico with that M4 in a perfect position to just try and shut down the short push from long.
That was just so much confidence from Chroman. He did not care where he was going. He was just looking to do damage, and Rain continuing it on as well, SMG in hand. They will be able to get the bomb down here, which is huge for Ghost. This is what they did need. Steel actually doing further damage here. Rain's gone down. Guardian and Carrigan working their way up from long A. Chroman's come all the way round. He's literally jumped around the whole map, as Steel is going to be kicking himself after that one, falling off from shore. Still further damage being done here, but Chroman will close it out. Nice effort from Ghost. It was looking bad for him early on, but they do enough damage. 3 players from FaZe taken down, and they did get the bomb plant in.
Yeah, as you said, it was nice damage. Rifle's at least going to be picked up. Chroman able to find one there. It was dropped over to him, I believe, by Carrigan. So FaZe going to take that 10-7 lead. Bomb plant comes in for Ghost. They have a bit of extra money to work with in this next round, which may allow at least a couple of pistols to be upgraded in this one. But I wouldn't expect too much. Once again, the goal for Ghost is to try and drop as many players as they can. Try and get that bomb planted for the extra $800 per player. But let's see what they try and do. Dust2 being one of those maps where it's not easy to get the eco plants. If you look towards like a map like Train, you can kind of just go for a fast play towards B. There's a good chance you're going to get that bomb down. On Dust2, you really have to work for it, because if you want to try and go through the B tunnels, going without the Kevlar, you're just going to get mowed down. And if you want to go towards A, you have so much ground to cover to actually try and get onto those bomb sites.
Well, more of a waiting game this time for Ghost. They're not going to just rush straight into B. One player covering their flank at A long. The boost coming up as well. Chroman's looking for it, though. He's checking above the smoke, so he is well aware of how this could play out. Ghost here definitely looking to try and get another plant in, try and do further damage. Probably feeling the confidence off of that previous round. but they are going to be met with full resistance from Chroman and Guardian. Nice work from Chroman as he opens up. The first push comes in. Guardian is ready and waiting. Damage being done nice and easy. Karrigan pushing out of long, getting that final player that was waiting in their wings, but no damage able to be done. Nice work from FaZe, making it 11-7 now. The question is, what can Ghost do with weapons in their hand? We're going to see the orb back up on Wardell. Guardian's picked up his as well, so they're ready to take the challenge. Question is, can Wardell get to the center part of T-Spawn already, or is he just going to go for the opening pick towards B? He's going to look straight down mid, try and find a little bit of an option here. Guardian might take a challenge, actually. This is interesting.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a gap in the smoke as well. I was going to say that would have given an opportunity. Smoke going on onto Xbox, not really going to allow for much to be seen, and you can see Ghost just going to go ahead and get themselves that control. And with 3 players charging straight up short, 2 outside of long, it looks like they're going to try and take the attention away and hope to try and bounce from long as well, although Nico is going to be the one to open it up, assisted by Karrigan. And so far, it's a pretty easy cleanup. Sabrosa, the only one that was able to find a single kill before eventually he was dropped. And elsewhere, Karrigan was able to find Wardell. So a pretty quick round coming in indeed. I seen the idea from Ghost. They wanted to send 3 players straight up short to kind of try and take that focus away and allow for the 2 players that were in Longhouse to try and maybe catch someone off guard. Sadly, that didn't work out. And of course, Nico finding 2 as they tried to push up through short was never going to help them by any means.
Well, 12-7, FaZe are starting to extend that lead here. 4 rounds away from closing this out 2-0. Ghost do need to bounce back in full effect very soon, because if they don't, it's going to be over already for them. At least in terms of this game. They will have to play a few more in the groups. Nico starting off strong, AWP in hand. Gonna wait to see if any further players are going to push into it. But Ghost T side, they have no problem getting onto the sites. It's just when it now comes into the duels that they're not able to win out here, as Karrigan's just going to continue to tap away. Wardell able to finish him off eventually after he's got 2. But he's too far away to be able to pick up the weaponry. And this is what can be played here in the distance game, as Guardian's still going to be holding middle. Kusta might be jumping down very shortly. They have found each other. Damage being done. Nade's going to come out. Kusta desperately trying to stay alive, and Wardell's there to back him up. So this gives them a chance. They do have the bomb in hand as well. Know exactly where Chroman is. Wardell's looking for it. He needs a chance. He's found 2 kills already.
Yeah, as you said, just good work from FaZe to make sure they take those long-range duels so that even if they do go down, the weapons won't be retrieved. And yeah, leaves Wardell just on the dig now to try and pull off an ace clutch. Not going to be too likely, going to be slowly making his way over towards B. You can see Chroman, of course, going to be ready for this one in a position that we've seen him in a couple of times already. And he is going to be indeed prepared. Gets that shot immediately with the op, and there you have it. FaZe is going to be taking themselves a 6-round lead. Although we will once again see the buy coming out for Ghost now, and their economy looking pretty good, so they should be able to get the op onto Wardell. They do indeed a nice amount of utility to back it up also. And let's see if they're going to be able to finally get something onto the board on this T side, because if they're to lose this round, then we should see FaZe being able to take themselves map, and of course, serious point.
We had high hopes from Ghost from their initial start on this map. Slowed down just a little bit. Struggling now, they've moved over. Wardell hasn't been able to open up too much with the orb. But, well, there's rounds still to be had here. Chances are still in play as well. But Karrigan just mowing down 2 players, like, so easy for him to do that. Rain's here as well to try and push through if he wanted to. As soon as Steel pushes through, he's going to be on top of it. Rain continues to spray further damage, trying to find Kusta. But Guardian's on top of it. This is absolute destruction. FaZe, you can see they're feeling so comfortable here. But Wardell will challenge Guardian. He needs a few more of them to make it work, though, and he takes further damage from the flames as he tries to jump up on the box. Finished off there by Nico, and it's only 2 rounds left for FaZe if they want to close it out 2-0 here on Dust2. There is a bit of money for Ghost to work with. They can get a buy-in. But what do they buy from here? Because even with the AWP in hand, again, there is a lot of reliance on what Wardell can do across both maps we've seen here, at least in terms of taking down some of the FaZe Clan members, getting these opening picks, and giving them a chance to push into sites.
Yeah, and actually, a nice little tag coming in by Wardell. This time going to be able to tag Guardian down to 66 HP. So that's a decent enough start. But we do see them at the moment kind of just splitting out around the map, seemingly going for a very standard default, waiting to see if they can catch the aggression from FaZe, which we have seen so far. Although this time it seems like they are going to go ahead and themselves just slow this down a little bit, wait and see what Ghost try and do instead, make them force the issue. And right now, they're still actually just grouped all the way back up in T-spawn, so I'm not sure what Ghost they're going to be going for in this round. Right now, it seems like they might have some smokes, etc. set up to try and get that long control. And here we go, indeed. That's what they are going to be going for. They already have Pio ready in the house. Karrigan going to be the only one to try and hold down this position in towards Pit. And it looks like he's going to have a lot of players coming in his direction in the next couple of seconds.
We're going to see the full execute come out. The question is, how does FaZe react? Carrigan's going to sit back in pick. He's called for some backup as well. Rain and Nico are going to be rushing to his aid. Instead of grenades going out onto the floor, but Sabrosa's found the opening kill onto Rain. Carrigan's got to come up huge here, but he gets taken down straight away. It's all on Nico at long. Guardians come to back him up, so they're going to be playing this double AWP setup on long from multiple angles here. But Ghost, they can go wherever they want now. 5 alive against 3 CTs. They've got full control here. With Croman still up on the B site as well, just making sure that no one's rotating round. Nico and Guardian have to hit the key shots, and that's what Nico needed to do. The first start, 1 player taken, but he can't get the second. Sabrosa's on top of it. Further damage being done from Sabrosa here. That's the triple for him. And finally, with the quad, Croman falls. Sabrosa keeping Ghost Gaming's hopes alive.
Yeah, that was just a really nice execute. Good work to throw those smokes down on long. Even if there wasn't a player aggressive on long, then they'd be able to get themselves that control, of course, to work with. And the fact that Carrigan was on his own means he's completely cut off from having any assistance. We've seen Rain tried to help him pushing through the smoke, but he gets taken down immediately. Carrigan then trying to take the fight as well, not going to be able to find anything at all. So just a very nice approach indeed from Ghost. And if they have some more of that, some more things that they can throw into the mix, perhaps there is an opportunity for them to try and pull this one back. But of course, it is going to be a very long road ahead. And you can see FaZe is going to be able to get the buy once again, although they have expended basically all of their economy into this round. So an opportunity for Ghost, if they take this, to maybe go ahead and force them down to the pistols.
Yeah, this is a key round for Ghost to try and pick up here. At least if they want to avoid being on match point. Question is, how does FaZe react? We saw it on Overpass. Once they saw what Ghost were doing, they were able to adapt on the fly. The experience comes into play. Now, it is currently on the actual inside the B-bomb site, only Croman. More of a focus again. The top of middle and A, just as you get out of T-spawn. FaZe not going aggressive this time, though. They're still keeping it nice and simple. They don't want to give any early openings to Ghost. The flashes and smokes are going to come over. Carrigan in pit all alone. His head was actually spotted there, but the shot was missed. He's got a little bit of a chance, and they're all focusing on Carrigan. Rain's able to come and clean him up. 3 kills for Carrigan. Sorry, 3 kills for Rain, 1 kill for Carrigan, but beautifully played by both of them. I honestly thought that Carrigan was just sat on the open, mistaking where he was, but that must have been a bit of a game plan there, because they came out fully looking at him. No one had any thought to look towards their right-hand side and expect Rain to be there, and he was able to fully capitalize on it, puts them on match point, 15-8. That was just a solid hold on A-Long.
Yeah, showing himself just enough to pull in Ghost's attention, just kind of on a string, dangling it like, here's a kill that you can take. And no, Rain, of course, was up close, ready to take himself 3. So a very nice setup indeed by FaZe. And you can just see that's something that it's something that Carrigan is so good at, being able to adapt so fast. And it's just Ghost going for the same approach once again. It's not going to work out. FaZe, they had 2 players ready this time to hold it down. And of course, now the buy for a Ghost, not going to be perfect. They have 3 rifles, 1 MAC-10, 1 CZ. Already a bit of damage being done on towards Kusta as he tried to aggress immediately out of tunnels, although it will be Steel to go ahead and open this up as he drops Rain in towards CT spawn. Sadly, the trades do come back, and it's actually Guardian to find themselves too. And there we go, Carrigan and Nico been able to chime in as well. So it's all on to Kusta now. He has to try and save this one. Has himself 2 kills already, down to a 1-on-2 up against Carrigan and Nico. And I guess one positive is he has a lot of time to work with, and actually as he pushes out the window, able to find Nico, leaving it all on to Carrigan, and he's ready for this one. But sadly, he will not be able to find the shots. Carrigan going to be able to close it out, and that is a 16-8 victory for FaZe. And I just want to say my prediction was perfect.
Yeah, that was literally spot on. I was going to say it. I wasn't going to say it for yourself, but yes, Dean, you got it spot on there. 16-8, 2-0 FaZe Clan opening up this event in style. Ghost Gaming definitely showed some signs of life. They've obviously got a few executes they've been working on, especially the A-Long one was pretty tasty. Yeah. But it's just not enough when you're going up against the team the caliber of FaZe. FaZe have looked so solid and looked so strong, and well, that scoreline certainly proves it. They need this event to be theirs. We're going to take a quick look at the bracket as well and see exactly how this is all working out. So 2-0 early start there for FaZe. You can see Space Soldiers, they've taken 1 game from SK Gaming. That certainly was going to be an interesting match as well, because Space Soldiers and SK Gaming, they got that little bit of history. Space Soldiers, when they first started to come onto the scene, at least the LAN scene, showed up strong against SK. A very different lineup of SK, to say the least. But SK have not looked that strong so far, especially with their new roster. So this group is already hotting up. Can Space Soldiers cause a bit of an upset early on?
Yeah, I was actually pretty confident that I thought Space Soldiers will be able to take that best of 3 up against SK. Just they haven't been looking too great since bringing in Stewie, and Space Soldiers, of course, they've been looking really good. They've been constantly been able to get themselves to these big lands. A lot of the time, though, sadly, they have been working without their full roster. But this time coming in with Calyx as well, I thought they had a pretty good chance of being able to win that series. And as we can see, they started it off 1-0.
Well, FaZe Clan, they've got to come up huge here. They've already made it through onto the winner's side. The question is, can they take down their next opponent, whether it be SK or Space Soldiers? But I'd certainly say that this, is for FaZe, has to be their event where they kind of show that they can win these events where you don't have the Astralis that's going to come and battle you back, because that's a team that's been looking in incredible form recently.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, Astralis have been in incredible form. Not going to be at this tournament, which kind of a little bit more wide open than a lot of the tournaments we see. But yeah, it should be interesting indeed. Of course, we do have Big versus Liquid coming up in just a little while, but we are going to go ahead and just take a quick break and before we come back with more great Counter-Strike action.